Welcome back to another eerie episode of Beyond Paranormal. One of the most hotly debated paranormal cases of the 20th century is the Enfield Poltergeist. This isn't just a tale of unexplained noises and ominous shadow figures, but a family's confrontation with a force that defies all logical explanations. The series of events were so intense and well documented that decades later, skeptics and believers alike are still looking for answers. In the fall of 1977, in the humble town of Enfield, England, the Hodgson family started experiencing peculiar occurrences that would escalate into one of the most compelling paranormal investigations in history. It began with subtle knocks in the wall and furniture seemingly moving around on its own, but what followed would catapult the Hodgsons into the paranormal spotlight. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother, initially dismissed her children's claims, attributing them to an overactive imagination. However, it wasn't long before she was forced to confront the reality of their situation. Objects in their home began to move inexplicably, heavy furniture was rearranged by unseen forces, and her daughter Janet seemed to become the unwilling focus of these supernatural events. The phenomena included levitations, objects being hurled across the room, and sudden temperature drops. The most chilling aspect, perhaps, was Janet's voice. Witnesses reported hearing her speak in a deep, gravelly tone that was uncharacteristic of a child, claiming to be the spirit of a man named Bill Wilkins. The case attracted the attention of Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon Playfair, seasoned investigators from the Society for Psychical Research. They spent over a year with the family documenting the events. Their recordings capture knocks in response to questions, furniture that moved with violent force, and Janet's voice transformations that seemed to convey messages from beyond. Adding to the intrigue, the Enfield Poltergeist story didn't just captivate those directly involved. It also sparked widespread public interest and a media frenzy. Newspapers and television crews from all over the country descended upon the modest Hodgson home, eager to capture a glimpse of the supernatural. This media attention not only amplified the case, but also added layers of complexity to the investigation, as the line between genuine phenomena and the pressure of public scrutiny began to blur. The case also drew the attention of famed paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. Known for their involvement in cases like the haunting in Amityville, the Warrens were no strangers to confronting the supernatural. They arrived in Enfield in 1978, a year after the disturbances began, eager to explore the phenomena for themselves. The Warrens' approach to the Enfield case was met with both intrigue and skepticism. They conducted interviews, examined the occurrences, and sought to determine the true nature of the activity within the home. Ed Warren, a self-professed demonologist, and Lorraine, who claimed to be a clairvoyant and medium, brought their unique perspectives and methods to the investigation. The Warrens' experience in Enfield would later be depicted in the Hollywood film The Conjuring 2, dramatising their encounter with the supernatural events at the Hodgson residence. While the film took creative liberties with the story, it introduced the Enfield Poltergeist to a new international audience, reigniting interest and debate over the events that transpired in that North London home. Their involvement, although brief in comparison to that of Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon Playfair, was significant. Ed and Lorraine Warren concluded that the events at the Hodgson household were due to diabolical forces, suggesting that the disturbances were not just poltergeist activity, but could be indicative of a demonic presence. This interpretation, along with the portrayal in the film, added a new layer of complexity and controversy to the case, as it clashed with other investigators' conclusions. Moreover, the documentary Interview with the Poltergeist delved into the heart of the events, featuring interviews with those who were there, including the Hodgson family and the researchers. It offered a stark contrast to the cinematic portrayal, providing a more factual narrative that allowed the audience to draw their own conclusions from the events that unfolded. Some accused them of sensationalizing the case for media attention, while others questioned their methods and findings. Despite this, the Warrens' participation in the Enfield Poltergeist case has become a part of its enduring legacy, contributing to the ongoing debate and fascination surrounding one of the most notorious hauntings in history. The accusations of hoaxes and trickery were rampant, with some suggesting the children, particularly Janet, were behind the disturbances. However, the sheer volume of eyewitness accounts, including those from neighbours, police officers and journalists, painted a compelling picture of genuine paranormal activity. One of the most striking pieces of evidence was the series of photographs capturing Janet's levitations. Critics argued that these could easily be dismissed as a child jumping off her bed, but those present during the incidents claimed there was no such explanation for what they witnessed. Moreover, the involvement of Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon Playfair brought a level of credibility and professionalism to the investigation. Their detailed documentation and the methods they employed to communicate with the entity or entities haunting the Hodgson home offer fascinating insights into the practices of paranormal research at the time. Now, whether you're a skeptic or believer, the Enfield case invites us to question the nature of our existence and the possibility of life beyond death. This case remains a compelling study of the supernatural and a reminder of the mysteries that defy explanation. If you enjoyed this video, give it a quick like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, keep an open mind and sleep tight.